I've just bought an horrifically damaged Volkswagen Amarok pickup truck straight from a salvage auction, and I'm going to send it straight to MOT without even fixing it. Let's see how we get on. So on first impression, you may be thinking, well, hang about, you just said it's horrifically damaged. Where's the damage? Now that is kind of my point. It's here. This is a Category S pickup truck because the outer layer of this bit of C-pillar, I guess, has been dented. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with this else. Like, I mean, it's a pickup truck, it's 8 years old, it's gonna be rough. That's fine. Like having a bit of a gouge there, having a dent in the bumper, you kind of expect these things. These things are, yeah, look, that's just a wheel arch trim, that's only plastic. This could probably be pushed out. But other than that, it looks to be in pretty good condition. Now, this has, I mean, the front bumper is a little bit loose. We do need to look at that. This fog light trim here, and the surround is actually in the car. However, looks can be deceiving because it does have a V6 badge there. Unfortunately, I did my checks beforehand and it is not a V6. It is only the 2 litre, so that badge will be coming off. But this should be worth about, I don't know, 11, 12 grand. It's quite hard to value, maybe a little bit more. It is a Highline. I have bought it for £7,000 and I don't think I need to spend really any money on it. We've got a cover missing there. And the reason I'm not bothered about the damage is because I'm not actually intending to sell this. I'm going to keep this as a backup. We transport cars as well, so it's always useful to have a backup vehicle that can tow 3.5 ton, and this fits the bill. It didn't cost an arm and a leg, so it's fine to have as a backup. And that is why I'm not bothered about that damage in the near side rear. So if I don't have to fix it, I won't. One thing I will need to replace is this mirror. It's completely missing. I mean, for MOT purposes, we will need to replace that. Maybe like serviceable items like front disc and pads, because I think this has been sat for about a year. I don't know why it's been sat for a year. I think you can see, was that where the mirror was possibly hanging down? I don't really know. But there is one other problem with this, and it's a non-runner. And that is, I'm hoping, because it's just got no keys. So we can't turn the ignition on or anything. So let's just jump inside and have a quick look. It's a fair, as I said, it's a Highline. It's a decent spec. It's 7-speed auto. We've got heated front seats. We've got RNS sat nav. Don't think it's Apple CarPlay, this one. And there we go. My fog light and trim surround. We've also got the under tray, not under tray, I think that's a bonnet cover in there. We've got an umbrella if we want it, and a few other bits. But we have no keys. So steering lock stuck on. And because of that, it's a bit of an angle, so can't really get it off the trailer. So we need a locksmith. And guys, don't forget the Audi R8 is back on Compete for Cars because the previous winner chose the cash alternative, and there is only 2 days left and it's less than 50% sold. So at the minute, we did massively good odds in the first place, only 50% sold. It's ridiculously good odds now. So go click the link in the description, guys. $1.99 a ticket and someone is gonna win the car. We're gonna do the live draw on Monday this time, just so we don't have any issues with doing the live draw with getting it all ready and everything like that. So the competition will end on Sunday, but the live draw will be on Monday. So go grab your tickets and good luck. Okay, we've started spending money already. 1 hour later, the locksmith has just left, but we do now have 2 keys for the truck. So we're £300 down straight away. He hasn't tried to start it. He said he confirmed what he did just by turning the ignition on. However, he did tell me that the battery is dead and definitely needs replacing. So it looks like the first thing we're doing is let's get under the bonnet, let's replace the battery, and let's, fingers crossed, it will start. This had no crap in it in the auction pictures. So they've either just loaded it full of crap or put all the crap that was in it back in after they took pictures. Neither of which makes any sense. Let's just crack open this. And there we go, look, 2 litre engine. I don't know if this is a commercial, I think this is a commercial specific engine just because of the orientation of the turbo and everything. And also in this video, I bought myself a Husqvarna FC450 motocross bike from a police salvage disposal auction. This is stolen around about, I'm guessing, over a year ago, because I've got a date of June 2023. And we're going to be taking it on the back of the Amarok, hopefully, in this video to a motocross track for everyone to have a great laugh, because I'm going to be severely unfit on this thing. But I will be using my new favorite energy drink, which is Holy. I've actually been using Holy now for a few weeks, and I've been flitting between Holy Hydration and Holy Energy. Like when I've been sat in the workshop for ages, it's been hot, especially the last few weeks. I tend to be on the go all the time. I don't really stop to have as much water as I should. So when I have a chance, use a Holy Hydration sachet, keep my fluids up, keep me from stop getting a headache and stuff like that. And it's been really good in the workshop. And also I've been then using the energy sachets when I go play football on like a Thursday night. And it's definitely gonna help me tomorrow when we go to a motocross track. I'm definitely gonna need a few of these. And they do iced tea as well, which is full of antioxidants and superfoods. They all have natural flavors as well, but my favorite at the minute is pear. It's just actually really refreshing. And guys, they're great because they've got no added sugar in, they've got no taurine, it's all natural ingredients, it tastes great. Just some water, put the sachet in, add some ice if you want, give it a shake, and then you are good to go. So guys, I recommend that you try the starter kit. I'm gonna put the link in my description, also gonna put the discount code there as well. You can save £5 or 10%. So go click the link in the description, guys. And thanks to Holly, I'm gonna be hydrated and I'm gonna have lots of energy for tomorrow. But for now, I'm just thirsty, so a hydration drink with some ice cubes in will do perfectly. Cheers, Holly. Pear's good too. I'm not even going to bother testing the battery. It's been sat for well over a year. It's completely dead. So let's just put a new one on. And there we go, new battery fitted. So let's get my new keys, which I've lost. I know, here they are. Now, I also don't have a clue how many miles this car's done. All I can do is check the last MOT, which I believe was about 77,000 miles, and just hope that it's nothing too far above that. Ooh. 82. So it's 82,000 miles. So yeah, that's all right, 5K above last MOT. It could have been 100K for all I knew, so I'm happy with 82. Right, is it going to run? Is it going to run? Please run. Oh. Ho ho ho! Oh yeah, she runs. Go on. Got a lot of warning lights on, but no engine management lights. Brakes, error, that's not good. Hopefully that'll just be a steering angle reset. Right, let's get her off the trailer now. We can straighten out the old steering. Right, next up, hopefully the gearbox works. That would be ideal. Ah, reversing camera, no! Oh, that's a shame. I've just noticed there's a xenon bulb out, so we're gonna have to check for a bulb slash ballast on that. But for now, I'm just going to take it for a quick drive down there just to make sure all the other lights on the dash go out, and then we'll see what we're left with. No, ABS light isn't going out. That's annoying. Right, we've got a few faults, but we have just changed the batteries, so yeah, we are going to have stuff like that. Probably going to be vehicle, oh, wheel speed sensors. Interesting, mechanical failure on all four. Right, let's just clear, I'm just going to clear everything down and we'll start again and see what's left. So there we go, we're just left with refrigerant pressure too low. Yeah, did say the aircon didn't work. Vehicle speed signal from brake control module. Left rear ABS wheel sensor, there we go. I noticed on this side, because the mirror cap's missing, and I didn't know what it was, but this is either the DAB, I think, yeah, this is for DAB, I think. So there's obviously one in each mirror cap. Is that, well, I suppose that's a pretty cool idea. Unless your mirror gets blown off, obviously, but yeah, it's all right. So the first thing I'm going to change is this wing mirror, and it's actually got a genuine carbon mirror cap. I thought it'd just be a cheap plastic fake one, but it's actually genuine carbon, so not that it's going to be much use because the other side isn't. So removing the mirror is pretty simple on this. It's just remove the cover, which just pulls off. Then there's 3 bolts, and I managed to even get my hands down the door card to pull the connector off. And then to get to the ABS sensor, I just need to jack the wheel up, take the wheel off, and it's literally behind the drum. Now, wheel speed sensors are notorious for getting stuck, and you end up having to drill them out. So the bolt is the easy bit. This may be the hard bit. I'll give it a wiggle to start with and see what happens. Oh no, I know. It's come out. Straight out. Don't know if it's meant to have oil all over it. Yeah, so the wheel speed sensor on this is on the half shaft. So obviously it's 4-wheel drive, so you've got rear drive axles, but they're inside the rear axle and they're covered in oil from the diff. And yeah, I can see the spline in there, and then so yeah, it's supposed to have oil. So let's put this back in. Let's see if that clears the code. Well, I've just plugged it in, run it up, and as you can see, look, I've just cleared the code. It was a static code for the ABS. Also cleared the code in the transmission because that's what it was for. Recycled the ignition, and boom, we have no warning. Well, okay, no engine-related warning lights on. They're all gone. Start-stop's cleared. I've just coded the battery as well to tell it it's got a new battery, so we're all good there. The only faults we've got in this system is we need to regas the aircon. We've got our left headlight that we know about. We also need to check the rear license plate lamp as well because that will fail MOT. And then our radio antenna, and that's because I haven't plugged it in yet because it's the wrong one. So we're doing really well here. So next up, bonnet's open. Let's get onto that near side xenon. To be fair, it's probably going to fall off. And no wonder the bumper was loose. It was only held on by 2 screws on the near side and only 1 screw on the off side and 2 little clips at the top. So yeah, it came off pretty easy. So bumper off, and good news is, doesn't look like there's been any crash damage. That all looks very nice and straight, so I'm fine there. Fog light bulb is broken, so it needs replacing as well. We do need to address the fog light. Currently broken in here. Probably just going to try and fix it in best I can. And obviously we've got to put the one from this in the driver's footwell in as well. Headlight I'm going to take out because the screws, I don't think you'll be able to see, but the 2 screws for the headlight cover are right in here. So now I've got the bumper off, it should just pop out and we can remove that a lot easier. And with the xenon bulb out, I can see it looks really cloudy and milky in there, so I'm pretty sure it just needs a bulb, but I do have a really old spare one to test first. Now, I've just found this one in my old toolbox that's very manky and God knows how old it is. Don't even know if it works, but it does actually look weirdly in better condition than the one I've just taken out. You can see where it's like brown there, so I don't know if that means it's blown. And there we go, it does work. So, do I just leave that bulb in? Do I? It works. Well, I might as well. Otherwise, what's the point in keeping it all these years? So I've just taken the fog light out of this side, and it looks like the bracket has snapped off here. So I'm gonna now plastic weld that back on, and hopefully that should sort it all out. Someone's already tried gluing this. I'm going to burn into it like that, and then pull it out. And then for good luck, I'm going to actually use a soldering iron and remelt all the plastic along here, fuse it back together, cut the tabs off, and we should be good to go. And there we go, look, it now looks like that. I've melted all the plastic back into all the grooves, and it should be now pretty much like new. Now, I also had both number plate lights out. One was completely missing, and the other one, the bulb has blown. So because I had a bulb holder missing, I thought I'd just replace them with some cheap LED units with some resistors to stop the warning light coming on the dash. 25 quid. So let's just test these out and see if they work. Bosh, they both work. Job done. So with the new number plate lights done, they just literally clip back into the body, job done, and then we put the front bumper back on as well, and I put the remaining bolts in that should have been in the first place, and now it is all proper and secure, and also added the 2 more bolts to the top, and the fog light trims and surrounds are now fully in place. Right, let's see how much of this dent I can pull out using my little, probably absolutely no use dent puller. Rubbish. So we've got the front bumper all back on, all back together. Everything is now secure as well. Look, that brackets, I'm not sure which one I actually repaired. I repaired one of these brackets and now they're all good, all in position. Headlight now works. I just need to test the fog lights, and to do that, I turned on the ignition. I had my headlight switch. I put it to headlights, fog lights. However, nothing is working on the dash. Doesn't recognize that the headlights are on, doesn't recognize anything. Headlights are just on by default because I think there's a fault. Fog lights aren't working. So I plugged in the computer, it said headlight switch fault, so I just went bugger it, I'll just order one, 20 quid used, it'll be here tomorrow. Here is said headlight switch. This is actually the old one, so I've already plugged the new one in, and as you can see, the new one doesn't work either. So this is why you should always do your diagnosis properly and not just guess that the switch is faulty, because that would have saved me time and money, because now I'm gonna have to send this new headlight switch back because it's not the switch. So obviously next thing to look at is your fuses, the go-to. So I'll drop the fuse board down here, and if you have a look, you can actually tell if a fuse is missing or blown. Now if you look in all the gaps, look, you can see it's got a fuse bit one side, which is like the power to all of them. It's quite hard to show you, but there is on the right hand side. No, not on all of them. It's not on all of them. Right, okay. So that gap there, look, you can see the fuse bit on the right hand side, but it's blank on the left. Now, there you go, you can see it on that one, you can see it in that one and that one. So that's just the main powers, which means you can put a fuse in there if you wish. Now, an easy way to tell if a fuse is missing is if there's a fuse spot in both sides, usually it means that there's a fuse missing. So if we go down here, look, and we go down to here, can you see that one there, look? We can see the one on the right, and there's a fuse spot on the left, which means there's a fuse missing. So I just went and got a nice 10 amp fuse here, plug it in, and then all of a sudden I can hear a relay clicking. It's now recognizing my lights. Now if I put it on off, the headlights now switch off when the DRLs are on. If I put the headlights on, put the fog lights on, headlights work, and now my fog lights both work. And because of that, I now have no bulb warning light on the dash. So if we start it up, oh, apart from the fog light, let's turn that back off. Boom. We no longer have any faults. The Amarok is good to go. So after fixing all those faults that weren't really to do with the crash in the first place, I have taken it for MOT. I do have now 12 months of MOT. Now, it wasn't completely plain sailing. I needed a few bits doing, which I got the MOT centre to do. So we'll do a breakdown of full costs in a second, but the Amarok is already done. So that was easy. Now, unfortunately, the Amarok didn't quite make it back in time to take the bike on the back of it to the motocross track. So we are going to take this transporter, which is also a Copart special. Never did a video on it, and I'm going to explain in my next video why that is, which is going to be coming out early next week. But for now, let's jump in. Yeah, so that bike on the back there is a Husqvarna FC450 motocross bike. I bought it from a police disposal salvage auction. It was stolen just over a year ago by the looks of it, so I guess they waited for a year. I've won it at auction. I think it's okay. I've checked all bolts. It's got oil in it, so we're going to take it to a motocross track. So if you're not interested in this part, guys, then just skip forward a couple of minutes and we're going to see the result to the Amarok. And if so, I'm just going to put it to a bit of B-roll, bits of music, and maybe I'll fall off. Who knows? Tired, my hands hurt, I've been thirsty since the first 5 seconds, and I'm pretty sure I got a blister on my hand, but I didn't fall off, although typical me, started pushing it way too early, nearly fell off a few times, but no, that was good, that was good. I'm knackered though, I can't even undo my helmet. Primarily because I've just ripped the skin off my hand there. That's really tender at the minute and I couldn't hold on just because of that. It's so painful. I could feel myself ripped it. I was just so lethargic and I was just bouncing around everywhere because I was just so tired, and ended up, I felt it just go and just ripped all the skin off my hand. So painful after that, trying to hold on. So I just thought, you know what, I've had a good run. I haven't fallen off, which is a miracle. So I'm going to take that as a big plus. No, it's been good. But I'm done. So that brings us to the total breakdown cost of the car. So including fees, it was £7,500 and that was collected. We had to spend £335 on keys, £65 on all bulbs, fog light and the 2 license plate lights, £160 on the mirror and both mirror covers. I haven't actually fitted the other one yet. £20 ABS sensor, 115 quid for the battery, £300, and that was for the MOT, and it failed on brake pads, steering arm, and it had a puncture. So I just got them to do everything so they could just do it, retest it. So that included actually brake pads, they fitted a new steering arm and retested it and did the puncture as well, all for £300. So that brought our total to just under £8,500, which means it cost £995 to repair this Amarok. But the silly thing is that everything there, apart from the keys, I mean, that's not part of the damage. They probably had the keys and just lost them. The only thing there that is to do with that crash was the mirror and the steering arm. Everything else is completely consumable, serviceable items. So to fix this car, really, it cost me a steering arm and a mirror. So you're looking at just under 200 quid. The rest of it, yeah, serviceable items. You could argue that C-pillar does need doing, but it's not that bad and it got it past MOT. So happy days. So I hope you did enjoy this like kind of one-off video, guys. I am working on the Lamborghini. It's really hard at the minute because I'm trying my hardest to find parts without having to buy brand new parts that I can't even get from Lamborghini. So I'm just on the lookout for secondhand parts. So it's just taken a bit of time on this one, but there will be a video out on it in the next sort of 10 days or so. The next video is actually going to be a complete garage update, and you'll be pleased to know that there is a big update on the TVR. So that video is actually going to be out probably Tuesday next week, guys. So I hope you have a good weekend. I hope you did enjoy this video. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and go grab your tickets for the Audi R8.